Pakistan is a beautiful country of South Asia with a profound history, beautiful monuments, natural resources, and all four seasons. Being the fifth most populous country in the world and having a population of around 200 million, Pakistan has a very rich and diverse culture. The people of Pakistan are very intelligent and hardworking. Among people, the youth is very important, and Pakistan is a gold mine of untapped potential, and there are talented youth in every field of life, bustling with energy and brimming with genius. But there is a need of platforms to show their skills and talent. Among many platforms in the country, SIST is the biggest platform of its kind. SIST, Shifa Interscholastic Tournament, is an annual event organized by the students' body of Shifa College by the name as Shifa Student Society. They have been organizing SIST successfully for many years. But in this documentary, we will take you on a journey, discovering what's special in this nationwide massive event, which takes place in the heart of the country. February the 18th, 2017, the first day of the event. The sun rises, along with the hopes of many youngsters. Those who will be presenting their talent in the best manner and competing with each other. Here, in the Jinnah Convention Center, Islamabad. Students from various schools, colleges, and universities of Pakistan turn up in large numbers to witness and participate in competitions. A meticulously planned security system is in place for the safety of those present. Participants and attendees have to show their registration documents and tickets, respectively, to enter the venue.
SIST is a Shifa Interscholastic Tournament, and this is an annual event that happens which looks to attract particularly the youth in something that they can relate to, something that they can contribute to, something that they can benefit from.
It gives the students and the youngsters a chance to get together and display their talents, to compete in an environment where they are challenged, where they get to show off their talents in a positive way. And I believe furthermore, not only for the students but the organizers as well, it's a wonderful opportunity to learn, to grow, and to expand your horizon.
To me, it is a young scholars forum in a way. So all the scholarly activities which you can possibly think of, they are trying to cover in this scope of events what they have. And at a very important level of their life, that is the university level, and that is the young adults, I would call that age group, and that is a make or break point of their life as well as their profession.
Students are there, they're actually looking out for their own kind, right? It is them recognizing that, listen, you guys are the same genre of people that we are or we were, and you know what, this is an important moment, and if we can get some good across to you at this time and make you enjoy and realize some things at this moment, then this is the platform for it. That's how I understand SIST.
SIST is a two-day event. The first half of the day features competitive events, while the rest of the day is dedicated solely to food for thought talks by some very inspirational speakers and scholars. But let's discover what makes SIST different and unique from other platforms.
SIST event is different because it creates an opportunity for the youth to get involved themselves, first of all. It's not just lectures and talks, because oftentimes a conference that happens, you have a bunch of speakers coming in and they will deliver the talks, which are very amazing, mashallah, but there is no interaction between the speakers and the audience, or maybe the audience gets a chance to participate in other things. So I think SIST, first of all, because it's broken up, normally the format that we have now, it's broken up into 2 days. The first day is purely competitions. The second day is half days is the competitions, and the remaining half is actually talks by speakers. So I think that's the first thing that sets it apart from other competitions.
We always have events because we want to attract the youth basically, which is why it's called the Scholastic Tournament. We deal with different aspects. We deal with arts. We have art on the spot and calligraphy, photography. So we deal with media as well. And then we have Jeopardy, poetry, debates, everything that deals with literature too, stories for young hearts. And then since basically the spirit of SIST is to make the youth more aware of what's being asked of them. So we have events like Reviving Sunnah on campus and Community Service Project.
It's an area where students can interact with full openness. You have tilawat competition, and you have photography competitions, you have calligraphy, and so it's a way that where people can expose their talent. They can interact with each other, compete with one another, so the feeling of competition, the feeling of interaction, in whatever way they can excel, it shows up. So it's a wonderful opportunity, and from all over Pakistan, they get together, they share their ideas, their experiences.
There are numerous types of competitions. In the field of arts, we have arts on the spot, 3D art, poster designing, calligraphy, photography, and short film. In the field of literature, we have essay writing, poetry, debates, journalism, and Jeopardy. In the field of sports, we have futsal and table tennis, along with other competitions like business idea, app designing, community welfare projects, scavenger hunt, and reviving Sunnah on campus. According to the format, the students need to register and bring their teams ranging from 3 to 15 people to participate in multiple competitions at the same time, so as to promote the sense of team building.
My name is Muhammad Suleiman Daud. I am a student of medicine from Army Medical College. I actually brought my team, the name Youth of Ummah, here at the SIST event, and we participated in lots of events as futsal. We reached in the semi-finals, and the debates are going on. We are in the finals as well. Particularly I participated in Reviving the Sunnah competition. I like that event very much personally, because why? We have to focus on the forgotten sunnahs that have been forgotten in the society. So we have to mention those sunnahs, that how are we actually reviving those sunnahs in our particular institutes, in our colleges. The topic I chose was to say salam to everyone. As you know that this is the forgotten sunnah, so we should apply this into our lives. So I'm pretty hopeful that I will win that competition as well.
I took part in the community service project, in which we had to present a project that we did for the community to pitch in towards our society. So what we did was we presented Ramadan ration drive for 2016, in which we gave 60 packets to people in Jolian village, as well as sweepers, maids and servants in different institutions.
We tried to collect donations, and we provided basic educational facilities like those students who wanted to get education, but they weren't getting all the resources. They even didn't have the seats and places to sit and even pages to write. And our team gathered the donations, and we bought them bags, books, pens, pencils. We are from a medical institute, so we provided them with free hepatitis tests. And basically this competition gave us a chance to come out of the books and practice our work as a doctor.
I'm Ahraullah, and I'm currently studying in Army Medical College, and I'm participating in futsal. The hopes are really high. We think that we will be able to at least come out at the runner-up's position. And yes, in the start we were really much excited about it, and as the event is still going on, so we are pretty much excited up till now.
I participated in Jeopardy, and I found that they put a lot of effort inside the material they collected, and it really opens up your mind to all the different types of things you could do.
especially under the banner of SIST. I really like this event because I was informed by my friends and I have seen this event on a social media, and then I was invited by my friends to participate in because I've been doing photography and videography for a very long time. So that made me go for it, and the best part of this event is all the Islamic speakers, and they come here and they deliver their talks, and I really like that because that really changed me.
I am currently judging the community welfare projects. I was approached by one of my students to come here and be a judge. So for the last 2 hours I've been in that activity and I've been judging that. I have been really impressed by the projects that they're bringing, and it's not only medical students but even students from schools. They are participating in community projects, so it's really amazing and impressive and heartening to see that students have this sense of social accountability. So it's a wonderful effort. It's not easy to judge them because they're all doing good in some way or the other, because a lot of these projects involve one-time activities, going and donating something, giving. Maybe students should start thinking about developing a system so that that project is sustainable. So I think I would really give more credit to those students who indulge in a sustainable project which has a longer impact. So that is my advice to them, and I hope that next year we'll see some more innovative and interesting projects.
मुझे खुशी हुई है बड़ी बच्चों से मिल के, ख़ास तौर पे वो कुरान के हवाले से कुछ बच्चों ने बड़ी अच्छी बातें की हैं. सिलेक्शन ऑफ टेक्स्ट जो उन्होंने किया है दैट वाज वेरी गुड. और मैं मुतअस्सर हुआ हूँ कि बच्चे जो हैं कुरान से कुछ चीज़ें निकाल रहे हैं जो अच्छी चीज़ें हैं, जो उनके मिजाज के मुताबिक हैं, या जो उनको वो समझते हैं कि हमें ये करना चाहिए या हमारे लिए ये है. तो वो इस लिहाज से मैं समझता हूँ कि ये बहुत अच्छी एफ़र्ट है कि जो मेडिकल के स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो मेडिकल पढ़ रहे हैं. उनको मुझे पता है कि उनको बहुत ज़्यादा पढ़ना पड़ता है, टाइम नहीं होता उनके पास. तो उस टाइम में से वो निकाल के टाइम तो कुरान को देखना या कुरान को समझना या उसको लिखना या उसको मतलब विजुलाइज करना, जो भी. तो मुझे ये बड़ा अच्छा फैसिनेट करती हैं ये चीज़ें कि बच्चा जो है वो उसकी रग़बत जो है अपने दीन की तरफ है, अपने खालिक की तरफ है, तो वो डायरेक्शन जो है वो ऑटोमेटिकली बंदे की ठीक हो जाती है. तो इससे मैं काफ़ी मुतासर हूँ. बच्चे जो भी कोशिश करते हैं मैं मतलब आई फील हैप्पी, मुझे खुशी होती है.
The second part of the conference comprises of talks by motivational speakers, and this year we had Fahad Sarwani from Bahrain, Sheikh Abdul Wahab from Malaysia, Sheikh Abu Isa from UK, Ustad Kashif Naseem Dilkasha from Karachi, and Dr. Yusuf Raza from Islamabad.
Every human being aspires for happiness, and today even psychologists are talking about something beyond happiness, which is inner peace. And as Muslims, we believe that Quran and the teaching of the Prophet ﷺ are the ideal life. And so my belief is that Islam is supposed to give us this win-win life, win in dunya, win in akhirah, whereas our enemy shaitan wants us to lose in dunya, lose in akhirah. Unfortunately, many Muslims are living the lose-win life, where the deen is not benefiting them in dunya, but they're hopeful of winning in akhirah. So that was really the highlight of the talk, is how to actually win in dunya and win in akhirah, to live the ideal life of a Muslim.
So my talk is about how we have to make the benchmark of goodness, the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the index of all good and all beautiful and moral and noble things, the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and in turn the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
We have an impression that everything is impermissible, everything is haram in Islam. And it's impression, it's been actually promoted in the media so that Muslims don't feel comfortable and don't feel good about their own religion. But this is not the reality. The reality is everything is halal except few things. So my talk is about all that how can we have a happy life, how can we enjoy ourselves, how can we chill out with our friends, how can we have fun in our life, play sports and all that. We can do everything except few things which you can even count on your fingers.
The topic that I had to speak on today was the global morality crisis. I began my talk with a reference to the morality crisis itself, the elephant in the room basically, as to how it's pretty apparent, not just at an individual level, but as a society, and not just locally, but globally, how it manifests at different level, even to the level of countries displaying it.
Apart from the competitive and entertaining atmosphere provided to the students, the question arises, why is there such a great need of a program like SIST in the country?
People plug into this platform and then, hopefully they take away good things to take on for their lives. This is like a turning point in every young student's career where they have to choose what they want to do next, what kind of person they want to be, what kind of person they want to get married to. So I think that whole blend of, you have sports, you have activities, you have competitions, you have all sorts of things going on with some public talks to inspire the youth and to make them think. And that platform brings good people with great ideas together. I think that good company and good ideas coming together, bringing that positive energy that Pakistan is in much need of, right? With all the negativity in the news and in public, you guys are the future of this country. And so with that positive energy coming together collectively, I think you guys can do great things for this country.
मैं जब इस नस्ल को ये बताता हूँ, इनको एजुकेशन में सिर्फ ये बताया गया है, हर एक लाइन के नीचे एक रेफरेंस कोड किया जाता है. मेरे बॉस ने ये कहा, मेरे उस्ताद ने ये कहा, फलाने बॉस ने ये कहा, उसने ये कहा, पीएचडी का पूरा थीसिस किसी के अल्फाज का मजमूआ है. अपनी सोच जो रियल सोच है जिससे दुनिया में तब्दीली आती है वो है नहीं. तो इस किस्म के जितने इवेंट्स हैं ये कम से कम बच्चों को एक दूसरा सोच का पहलू देते हैं. और ये 365 दिन अगर आप एक एजुकेशन सिस्टम में जा रहे हैं जहाँ पे आप अपने उस्ताद को एक अथॉरिटी समझते हैं और आप दुनिया को उस्ताद की आंखों से देखते हैं, तो फिर आप अपने उस्ताद से बेहतर तो नहीं बन सकते, लेकिन आप किसी और एरिया में अपने उस्ताद से बेहतर ज़रूर बन सकते हैं. लेकिन पूरा एजुकेशन सिस्टम ये चाहता है ये बच्चे अपने उस्ताद से आगे ना जाएं, इस बच्चे दुनिया किसी की आंख से देखें.
There is a serious lack in their curriculum on subjects related to self-development, on subjects related to the basic why of things, as to why to do what they do, why they do what they do, what to do, what not to do. Addressing morals, addressing motivation, right? Addressing common life issues, the things that every single human being goes through, but is never actually addressed in the core curriculum of most established institutions, as if it is not happening, as if that's not part of being human. So all of those human issues, problems that everyone goes through, particularly youth, and they can be very disconcerted because of those issues, are brought up here.
I think if you look at other events across the nation, I've been through a number of them. I've been to MUNs, I've been to debates. The problem is they're more oriented towards entertaining the participants. They're more geared towards giving them stuff like concerts, things that don't really have real purpose except for entertainment. In this event, in SIST, we have a more fruitful approach. We have a more purposeful approach. We want to give the youth something that makes them more productive.
As far as Shifa College of Medicine is concerned, it has a great reputation, alhamdulillah, and I'm very proud of it. But if you actually go to the whole building, it's quite a small place, so there's not much to do. You can call it that it was sort of like born out of necessity, out of boredom, but with a higher purpose as well. Not only did we want to find an outlet to express our desire to arrange something or to get people on a platform, but more than that, I believe it's striving for a bigger vision, to get people back in touch with what our root values are, and to get people to think about them, to get people striving for them. And if the youngsters, they take part in these activities, they are going to be the future leaders of our nation.
Teenagers are a very good age group for SIST because they're in that phase where they're not really sure about what they're doing in the world or where they stand. So if they have proper guidance through SIST, I think they wouldn't indulge in activities that they're not supposed to do. They would work for the betterment of the society, for themselves, for their families, which would in all result in a better community.
Well, such sort of events should be conducted on an yearly session throughout Pakistan, because apart from the fun and activities, these activities also inculcate some proper behavioral manners in a person, so they are necessary for oneself.
SIST is a relevant platform. We're learning real life skills that we never would have learned otherwise. We're medical students. We don't know anything about talking to people, about managing things. So it's a big skill gainer for us.
As it was mentioned, that this is not the first time the SIST is being conducted in the year 2017. SIST has a history, and through a decade, it has evolved.
Back in the first SIST, it was in the small rooms of Shifa College of Medicine, which turned out to be a few people, and then we started some new competitions. We had futsal, we had table tennis, we had debates, and it grew bigger and bigger. And then this year we had offered workshops and scavenger hunt for our participants, and I hoped all our participants were happy to be a part of this and they had enjoyed this fun event, because I really like people to hunt the treasure. They won't ever stop hunting. This is how our Iman goes. Hunt for it.
The very first SIST event was on a much smaller scale, and there were few international speakers, and they were invited and they came. But by the passage of time, it has become a much bigger event. So it needs a much bigger space, much more funds, and involvement of much more people, human resource, and all those things. So it has now become an international event. And you know, the international speakers, they are coming and they keep on asking that when this program is going to be held. So they almost, you can say, reserve their place to come to this country and to this institution, Shifa College of Medicine, and to talk to the people and to interact with the people.
We have grown a lot in the past 2 years. We have a bigger audience, and I think it's a good thing. A lot of more people know about SIST, and we have new teams coming up every year. So that means that people are getting to know about it, and people actually want to come and actually see for themselves what this is about, and not just stay on what people say about it.
It has become more youth friendly. It has become more inclusive of the youth with respect to more international speakers coming in.
I think each year, because the competition is getting tougher and tougher, the quality of the competitions is getting better also, whether it is art on the spot or it's movie making or it's the Jeopardy competition. I think alhamdulillah, it's overall the quality is increasing, and I think the interest is also rising.
And I'm also glad that it's independent of one person. I've been an ex-president, there have been like 4 or 5 presidents before me, and inshallah there are going to be many presidents down the line. I believe it's a sustainable activity, and that's what I really appreciate, the whole thing, that it's not just maintaining its standard. I believe it's going to progress further.
I'm pretty sure this crowd is going to grow a lot. We're going to need a bigger venue and alhamdulillah, we've had a lot of growth, and I really don't know where to go now. These venues are getting smaller and smaller, and the crowds are getting bigger and bigger.
I think every year, without my saying or anything, they're expanding their boundaries themselves. So I really give them a thumbs up on that.
For organizing an event of this magnitude, there are tons of logistics, which require managerial skills, of course, but most importantly, the sincerity and the hard work of the management.
I have come to know SIST through my students. One of the things at Shifa is that every year, it's amazing how the SIST team, they have such good team building and communication skills, and they just manage it so well. So again, jitna SIST ko main janti hu, main apne students ke zariye janti hu, and I'm really proud of these students, and yeah, I wish them all the best.
This is the most beautiful thing, like they work in a team and they work so beautifully, do the things, like you have to come there, you have to come there. If we have any issues, they resolve it really in a good way.
The management was good. We were guided at every step. The organizers were very humble and polite. They guided us about the rules and regulations, and everything was clear. That the plan and the path, the timings, it was marvelous. I would say it was up to the mark.
We are satisfied with the management team. Initially we had some problems, but now the management is doing really good, and they are taking each and every part and care so that the problems can be removed.
He's never far away. Put your trust in him.
I feel humbled. It is a very humbling experience because it is something very huge for us as well. And when you come here and you see a lot of people, and I think even if one person feels the change in themselves after this, I think it is a huge achievement for all of us, for the entire team.
I feel good, I'm really happy, and it's been a life-changing experience.
The whole experience, the whole lessons that you learned in the process, you can't get it from a book, you can't get it watching people, you have to live it, to experience it, and then it becomes a part of you.
One thing that I've experienced at SIST is that even if the world is falling apart and the management is really bad and everything's just falling apart, but I think it's just that there is so much happiness and like love in working here that at the end of the day everything just comes together. Nobody's angry at anyone, and even if you do things wrong, you just come out good at the end. And no one's going to scold you, no one's going to be like, why did you do this, why didn't you do this? They're always ready to teach you. The seniors that we got were amazing, so we got to learn a lot from them. And now we're trying to instill the same qualities in our juniors, because we know that the next year, this is our last SIST, so we're very sad about that. So we know that we need to teach them how to carry it on so that it becomes a good tradition.
One of the superior qualities of Shifa student society is the responsibility of authority is shifted to the juniors.
For the management, I would say work hard again. Make sure you make it even better every year, like we do every year, inshallah. I'm looking forward to the next SIST already.
The volunteers and for the management, I would like to say that they should learn to own Shifa Student Society, and they should learn to own SIST. And I think once you own it and you understand the essence of what you're doing, and you realize how important a role, even a small role can play if you're part of the management team, can bring a huge change. Even if you bring about change in a single individual's life, I think that is something to be very proud of, and it is something very humbling as well.
Don't be afraid to take risks, try new things. You don't want to just repeat the same performance every year. It's about raising the level both intellectually as well as with respect to the format of things, so as to make it more appealing. We don't want the same people to come here repeatedly every year and get the same message over and over again. As it's grown, its responsibility has grown as well, so the understanding, the recognition of that responsibility should also grow.
The feeling that what has been done is great and what we need to do is even greater. And the cause that we're doing is great, but the demand of the world is even greater. So when we realize that whatever we've done is really not that big, then we start to think bigger and bigger and bigger, because as we said, and as my talk also has it as well, that we're a global ummah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent us for all of humanity. So our legacy and our vision actually should be expansive. Every single time we finish one thing, we need to make it greater, because your one day shouldn't be less than your previous day, and your current day should always be less than your future day, because you're always trying to expand the good that you have.
I would advise them to prepare their youngsters, their junior colleagues to take over, give them the direction, moral support and advisory role. And also I would like that if they get good suggestions, good feedback from people, to inculcate all these additional ideas and activities in the next event, so that it becomes a better learning tool. And we should try to keep our efforts only for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept all these efforts.
To all the future participants and managers and volunteers, I would just like to say that they shouldn't have this wrong perception that something is being forced upon them. They should not think that SIST is something specific for a special group of people, and they should not have a preformed perception of it. They should come, they should attend, and then they should form an opinion by themselves. And to the volunteers who come and work, they just stay outside, because we stayed outside in our first year and we didn't really attend the talks because we loved the work so much. But once you started attending the talks, you realize that the talks are much more important for you and the way you need to build yourself.
What I see, our faculty, our students, and the senior people, our consultants, and the management is all for this program. But what I can foresee in future, that as this program is going on, we have to show more involvement and enthusiasm to keep it running.
No heart has ever perceived the place we've been promised to live in forever. And best of all, it's just me and you. And now that we're here, feeling so good about all the things that we went through, knowing that God is pleased with us too. It's not a dream, this is so true. Feeling the
For the people coming to SIST, I would advise that you need to become people of initiative. Stop being passive recipients of messages, repeatedly being bulldozed inside of you, and start becoming active, contributing members of the society.
If you're just a student and you're just thinking that I don't want to attend their events, they're just irritating, fundamentalist, whatever they are, okay? I want to say to you that you're wrong. I can prove to you that you're wrong. Actually, they're about as relaxed and easygoing as it possibly could be, and that maybe they could show you something that you didn't expect. If you're a person who's been a previous student and then you'll know and gone through the system, then you'll know just how much good comes from this. So I would really encourage you to volunteer. They always need support.
The speakers have had their special moments as well.
The special moment was the biryani was awesome, I must say. But besides that, I walked in today earlier before my talk, and there was this speech contest going on. I think it was like a 3-minute debate thing or something. I was shocked at the talent that you guys have in terms of like the speaking skills, and there was, mashallah, this sister talking and so much confidence, and it really I was really happy to see that.
The first feeling that I had about Islamabad as soon as I came in here, the lights were off, meaning it was nighttime. It looked like California to me. It was very beautiful. And the people here are very, very good. They have good character, mashallah, tabarakallah. So my feelings at SIST are really a reflection of my feelings about the entire city as a whole.
And one of the things I was impressed with SIST is that they've got so many past students, graduates coming back to help. Actually, a lot of the donors, a lot of the people who do the supporting, and so much required in SIST. It's a big event. It's a Jinnah Convention Center, it's no joke. All the speakers, and there's a lot of logistics to deal with. And so all the folks that have been helping, they're not all students, they are past students. So any organization that's able to retain the support of its people is a plus for the actual organization too. Alhamdulillah, I've enjoyed myself. It's a great group of people, clearly something that the people should support.
Having such a great vision and a cause so worthy, this event is not possible without the support of its well-wishers, volunteers and donors.
Support these guys. What they're doing is really what Pakistan needs. We need to have SISTs in every single city in Pakistan to spread this positive energy and to bring people together. So please support them with whatever you can do.
Students are not normal log. These are people who are going to be the makers and the movers and the shakers and the thinkers. They are the people who will also be the people of money. They are the people who are the people of influence. And you are helping them. Guiding one of these people is like guiding 100 other people. So donors, be intelligent about your money. This is something which is going very, very much in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, supporting Islam, but also having a great impact. It is continuous and it will continue to be continuous. You will die well before the effects of your charity will die. So, there are many ways to support these kind of institutes, and I think that all of these that I just mentioned are worthy and valid.
I think it's one of the pioneers and as a role model for all other student societies in the country to follow. Till now, we don't have any such event at any other place in the country which is like actually following or just trying to have an event like this in other parts of the country which are far away, like Lahore, Karachi.
And in my opinion, the plan should be that there should be some work going on year-round at different universities. They should have the small events at their campuses all over Pakistan, preparing for the big annual event. And that would not only encourage greater participation, but it will bring in more ideas. So that's one way in which SIST can go to the next step.
At the end of the event, the atmosphere of the venue is filled with excitement and joy as the winners are being announced, and they are given appreciation along with trophies, certificates, and cash prizes.
to you do I turn. For your breath of healing and peace do I yearn. For
it was an amazing experience, and I think everyone should come. Every single school should come and participate over here. It was a great experience.
Walaikum Assalam. It was the best days of my life. I really enjoyed a lot the competition and the talks both.
So will you be coming next year as well?
Yes, inshallah, why not? We are just waiting to see it next time.
It was a great experience, that's all I got to say that.
एक कॉलेज के लिए शिफा मेडिकल कॉलेज के लिए इतना बड़ा इवेंट ऑर्गेनाइज करना इट वाज क्वाइट सरप्राइजिंग फॉर अस और इंशाल्लाह हम अगले साल भी ज़रूर आएंगे.
We are really thankful to SIST organization कि उन्होंने हमें अप्रिशिएट किया और ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म क्रिएट किया जहाँ पर नौजवान तबका आए और अपने टैलेंट का मुजाहरा करे. वी आर रियली हैप्पी कि ऐसे इवेंट्स हो रहे हैं और पाकिस्तान का एक पॉजिटिव इमेज दिखाया जा रहा है.
Assalamu alaikum, we are team Al Mubahideen and we have successfully defended the title of SIFA Interscholastic Tournament. We're champions here again and we are really glad.
زمونږ experience ډیر زیات خو ډیره مزه وکړه ډیره مننه.
SIST was an incredible event.
We are Team Strangers. Watch out for us next year.
Stay tuned for the next SIST 2018.